Hey, what's going on, everyone? Alejandro Reyes here from winnielocal.com. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips on how to build a rock star personal brand. And I got to go through this stuff really quick because I don't want to take a ton of your time, but I want to give you some information I really believe can be a catalyst to really help you not only grow in business, but in life as well. So we're going to jump right into this. I'm going to go quick. You can, watch this later, repeat it, go back, but make sure to watch this entire video because I'm going to give you these 3 insights, these 3 things that have really helped me grow my personal brand online, as well as becoming a rock star in my local area, which I'm going to share with you here in a few seconds. And when I think of rock star, I don't want you to think of like a Nikki Sixx, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, which, hey, if that's you, cool, no problem. But I'm thinking of someone that wants to or has built a platform, position themselves on a stage to give back. So maybe you're not that rock star yet, but in your heart of hearts, who you are, you really want to succeed online, or you really want to succeed with your local small business to ultimately give back. Now, that's where I get really excited. That's where I resonate. That's where the community that I'm involved with and the people I want to spend my time with are the people that want to ultimately give back. Because if you make it and you don't give back and just kind of think you're cool and just this rock star for ego's sake, then I don't really think you're doing good in this world. I'm talking about people that really want to give back. And I think of Bono, someone that's built a platform, a stage to do good in the world. This guy's working with world leaders. He's also an investor in Facebook. Doing good, giving back, it reciprocates like Cialdini talks about. So let's just jump right into this. I want to really quickly talk about branding. I'm a big fan of Jack Trout and Al Reese. And, they talk about branding is really owning, all it simply is owning a key phrase or a category in the prospect's mind, really owning a niche, really owning a niche and maybe niching that niche. So many people think it's a typeface, a slogan. Really, it's at the end of the day, separating yourself, positioning so that you're different than everyone else. And I'm going to give you those 3 things on how you can separate yourself from everyone else in your niche, because I believe you listening to this, watching this right now, can become the rock star, the #1 go-to source in your niche. And again, it doesn't have to be the entire niche. Listen, I talk a lot about branding and leadership and social media, but in 2008, I realized that I wasn't going to be the biggest social media guy in the world. I didn't want to. I wanted to be #1 in a specific area. And so what I did was I started to focus locally. I said, okay, well, maybe I'm not going to be the #1 social media guy in the world, but Sacramento, I can do that in my local market. And you can do this in your local market, or you can niche your niche. Maybe you're talking about Facebook, but there's maybe people that you look up to that are kind of already #1. I'm not here to discourage you. I'm here to really encourage you and let you know that maybe you have a Facebook training course, tweak that so that you can share that with photographers. I know someone right now that does SEO for photographers and built his entire business doing SEO just for photographers. He does these $2,000 workshops. So that's really what branding is. And so I did that locally here in Sacramento. And what ended up happening was I've been on every major media outlet in the Sacramento area. I'm really excited to say that I'm going to be sharing how I've gotten tons of local publicity in the next video I do. But if you look here, I've been on every major media outlet here, the NBC affiliate, ABC affiliate, CBS affiliate, Sacramento Magazine, one of the biggest magazines in Sacramento. Top left here says, Alejandro Reyes is one of 15 people to watch in Sacramento. Crazy. In 2010, at least once a month I'm quoted in the media. I don't tell that to really impress you, but press upon you the fact of what's possible with leveraging your platform to become the rock star in your niche. Funny thing about that magazine, I told my mom, I was the only Mexican in there. And I said, Mom, I'm the #1 Mexican in Sacramento. And there's 1 million people here. And my mom thought I was crazy. And she said, nah, not really. But I've been at every major media outlet. And don't you think that when the news says Alejandro is the #1 social media guy, he's our social media expert, I'm not saying, I don't have to put that on a website. Local news organizations are saying that about you. Don't you think that would help my business? And it has, to the point we put over 300 people in workshops. No one else is doing that in Sacramento. Yeah, people can put people on webinars and things, but imagine filling up a room of 300 people, getting on stage and speaking. That's pretty crazy. But you don't have to do it like I did. You can do webinars. You can do videos. There's opportunity for you to position yourself as that rock star. So let's get into these 3 tips right away on how to build the rock star personal brand. Number 1, if you've ever heard me talk about anything, I always talk about this is really being the cornerstone of everything I talk about and everything I am. But passion, I really believe, is the fuel. It's the backbone of everything that you're doing in business. A mentor friend of mine told me, said, Alejandro, you got to figure out what you're most passionate about, and you've got to figure out a way to get paid and build a business around that. Because if you do that, you'll never work a day in your life. And in 2007, I did that. I knew that I wanted to speak. I wanted to train. And I've been doing that for 5 years, doing what I love. I'm making a video right now, and some people are, that thinks that work. But I love doing this. So the question becomes, how do you find your passion? I want to give you 3 things to really help you find your passion. I'm telling you, passion is, again, the fuel that's going to help you when you're feeling worried or business isn't you're not making sales, no one's coming through your small business, or no one's go to your website. Passion is what's going to fuel that. So the first thing is, what do you love doing? I want you to write these down. I want you to write them out. You don't have to do it right now. You can pause this, whatever you want to do. But it's a thing that you would do regardless if you got paid to do it or not. What do you love doing? What fascinates you? What do you love to read? When you look at, your website, your history, what's fascinating you? What are you reading? The last thing, ask your closest friends. This is what I did. I went to 10 friends and I said, what do you think I'm passionate? What do you think I love? And they gave me things. You love people, you love speaking, you love helping people, and everything revolved around people and training. And I built my entire business around that. So as you're building your brand, you got to think in your business, if money was not an issue, I want you to think about this, and I don't want you to quit your job after you answer this question. And that's another video, but if money was not an issue, what would you be doing right now? If you had $10 million in the bank, what would you be doing? And it had to be some sort of work, not just, being an astronaut or a bum watching TV. I'm talking about it has to be something that has to do with work, something giving back, doing some sort of action. What would you be doing if money was not an issue? This passion talk makes me think of American Idol. You get these 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, 24-year-old folks going to American Idol. And this is America, different countries. If you guys are watching this, they have Australian Idol and all these different places all over the world. They think they're in their 10th or 12th season, something like that. The interesting thing is these kids go on, Simon or Randy or Jennifer now, Steven Tyler, I'm so passionate about singing. I'm so passionate. I've been singing since I was 4 years old. But what ends up happening is we figure out that they can't sing. So that brings me to point 2. Let me remember this guy, William Hung. Your passion has to be married to your gifts and skills. Passion without gifts and skills is, again, William Hung. Or Hung, whatever he was. I'm telling you, when you marry your passion and your gift, the thing that you were created to do, the thing that you're best at, that's where magic happens. I'm telling you, because not only have I seen this in my own life, but I've seen the most successful, passionate people that have sustained a lifestyle that I look up to of character and integrity. They've married their passion and they're married what they're good at. And what you've got to do is you got to figure out what you're good at and become great at that. And that brings me to tip number 3 is hustle. Now, we've heard a lot of people kind of became this cool buzzword, hustle. I'm not talking about basketball hustle. I grew up in the wrong side of the tracks, and we talked about hustle. It meant something different than a lot of these people talking about hustle online. We're talking about hard work. We're talking about grinding it out. And it makes me think of this story from the Beatles back in the day when they went to the music scene in Hamburg, Germany. They left England to go to Hamburg, Germany because the music scene was hot over there. And what I found out was in the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, I found out that they were playing like 6-7 days a week, 12, 13, 14 hours a day. And what the interesting thing that I found out about was, John Lennon was talking about how when you're playing the same thing, when you're playing a small set for 45 minutes, you can get really good and have fun, and it's easy to go out there and perform your set. But what happened was they'd pay 10, 12, 13, 14 hours, 7 days a week for months. He said, we had to do something. We had to do what we did better. We had to do something unique and different. They're playing the same. We had to become different. These guys working their tail off. And, the book Outliers talks about it takes 10,000 hours to succeed and become an expert at something. I'm here to tell you today, not only do you have to have passion, not only do you have to, marry that passion with what you're actually good at, what you've got gifts, what you got some chops at, but you've got to work hard. Just by saying, I'm passionate and I've got skills and that's it, you've got to go do the work. And that's the most unsexy thing in online marketing today. It's like, hey, work the 4-hour work week, or hey, put this website up and use this software and build 5,000 backlinks and you're going to become rich. No, hard work. That works for some people, but for folks like me, that regular folks that don't have that type of life, I have to work hard. And I'm here to tell you, if you're not in the situation and you don't have the platform that you want and the type of lifestyle and income, or left your job, you've got to work harder. Sometimes 60, 70, 80 hours a week is what it might take. And it might take a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. It's still taking me time. It's a 10-night overnight success, right? The 10-year, overnight success. And lastly, fail to succeed. Michael Jordan talks about he missed over 1,000 shots and all this different stuff. He's missed many, many shots in his career. But he says he succeeds because he's failed. And it reminds me of back to American Idol. Story of Jennifer Hudson. I think she came in 3rd or 4th place, something like that. She failed according to people thinking, oh, American Idol, she's not the winner, and that's it. But she kept working hard. She kept getting better. She was passionate about what she did, and what ended up happening, as you see here, she's giving a Grammy speech. So just because you haven't made it up until this point, and just because 3 months from now you're going to fail, that does not mean that it's over for you. It takes hard work and time. So with passion, some skills, and some hustle, you will build a rock star personal brand, a platform online or offline that's going to resonate with a specific audience that would be willing to come out of pocket and spend money with you for your services, your products, consulting, etc. So with that said, folks, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you listened to the whole thing, I really appreciate it. I want to connect with you. Connect with me at Alejandro Reyes, and want to throw a shout out to Michelle McPherson for giving me the privilege to do this. So with that said, y'all, peace.